What is good, everybody? Richie here, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive right into things, be sure to smash that like button. Also, go ahead and subscribe if you're somebody new, and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all my shenanigans here on the channel. And yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about what in God's name is going on over at Nintendo. So, I'm kind of a little late to the party, but it would seem as though Nintendo is going to be charging a full $70 price tag for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, based on, sorry, let me just fix my microphone in real time here. Based on everything that I have seen from this game, this is the first time in an extremely long time that I have not been, I guess, hyped for a Zelda game. Am I going to buy the game? Probably. Yes, I'm probably going to buy the game. But they haven't shown me enough from the trailers and the stuff that we've seen from The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom that this game in any capacity is worth a $70 price point. To me, it just doesn't add up. I don't care how long it's taken to make the game. I don't care how much manpower or whatever it is that they've put into the game. You cannot convince me, and believe me when I tell you, I am a diehard Zelda fan. When it comes to Zelda, I am a simp. I am a huge Legend of Zelda fan. But if you really want to break it down, in my opinion, the Breath of the Wild, as fun as I had in that game, as much fun as I had in that game, to me, that game was not in my opinion, it was not a core Zelda game. There were no dungeons. There was fun, but it was kind of lackluster. And I could go into a whole spiel as to why the Breath of the Wild is one of my least favorite Zelda games of all time. That's not to say I didn't enjoy the game. I did find enjoyment in it. But to me, something like Twilight Princess or the remake of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening were far more superior Zelda games, in my opinion. That's just the way I see it. You know, you may think that Breath of the Wild is the greatest video game of all time, and that's fine to have your opinion, but for me, not so much. It's not really that great of a Zelda game. I think, even in my opinion, I enjoyed The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker even more so than Breath of the Wild. I'm not a hater of Breath of the Wild. I just think that it was good, but I just don't think it deserved all the praise that it got. The overworld, in my opinion, was kind of boring. Wasn't much to do. The weapons broke. That shit was fucking annoying. And the same goes for the Master Sword and having to recharge it and just, I don't know, man. In generally speaking, I'm kind of over the whole slow motion bullet time kind of fight mechanics or whatever. It's just kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of over that. It doesn't really appeal to me anymore, the slow motion bullet time kind of stuff. I mean, if it's done right, if they do it right and it's not like the core of the actual combat of the game, at this point in the Zelda franchise, Link needs to have a skill tree. And if he's not going to have a skill tree, he needs to have some type of sword skills, some more intuitive and unique ways to approach a combat situation. Now, if I'm going to be playing an action game or an action adventure game, the combat has to be good. And in my opinion, Breath of the Wild, that's where it really lacked. In general, that's just where the game seemed to lack any type of shine at all. It's like the overworld was the star of the show, and Link was just the sideshow piece. I don't really know. The shrines were really annoying too. It just, I don't know. Breath of the Wild wasn't that great, just in my opinion. And if you're gonna compare, comparatively speaking, a video game like Elden Ring, as expansive and as immersive and in-depth as a game like Elden Ring is, you cannot tell me that a game as well crafted and put together as Elden Ring is going to be $60, and a game like Breath of the Wild, which we know still very little about. We know very little about the combat. We know very little about the story. We don't really know what's going on. All we've seen so far in the trailers is just a huge overworld where you can leap through the sky down to the earth. I don't know. For a game that has been so quiet for the past, what seems like an eternity now, 5-something years, 6 years, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been way too long, and I do find it a little bit odd that Nintendo has not been talking about this game very much at all. I'm sure they're keeping their cards as close to the chest as possible because they don't want leaks out, and they don't want, there's probably a lot of things that they don't want out, and I understand that. But take a game like Elden Ring, and I honestly think years from now, people are going to be comparing all the open world games to Elden Ring. It will not be this whole Breath of the Wild comparison. To me, open worlds are starting to get really annoying. I don't really care about the expansive open world. I care about how lost and how immersive can you get in that world. Is there shit to do? Is there things to actually see? Does the environment pull you in? And to me, I have spent at this point, I'm pretty sure I have spent over 250 hours in Elden Ring. And there has not been a single time throughout the entire game where I didn't say to myself, holy shit, where am I? This place is insane. I'm saying that 200 hours into the game, I'm still finding places where shit just doesn't make sense. And I'm just like, and I have an interesting theory, and my theory is that the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is not going to be able to do the same. And I know they're two different games, I understand that, but we're talking about a $70 price point versus a $60 price point. Elden Ring is probably one of the biggest open world games I've ever played, and this game is still having me find shit, still having me interested in the world around me. And I don't think Tears of the Kingdom is going to be able to. I don't think it's going to be able to compete. But that's just some of my thoughts and opinions on the whole situation. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is going to be worth a $70 price point? Do you think it's not going to be worth a $70 price point? Am I an idiot for having this opinion on the situation in general? Please let me know. Sound off in the comments down below. And yeah, anyways, guys, that's the video. Thank you again so much for listening and watching, and I will catch you on the next one. If you made it this far and you're not subscribed, feel free to do so. It's free. It costs you basically nothing. All you have to do is hit that little button, hit that little notification bell so you can stay up to date every single time I make a video or do live streams. Also, I wanted to give a personal shout out to anybody who happened to come by my last live stream. You guys made it so much fun. I love opening Pokemon cards with you guys. I'm going to try to do that on a little bit more regular basis. Love you all. Thank you so much. Help me hit 2,000 subscribers before June. That is the goal. So yeah, anyways, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Later.